and welcome back. As always, I am so happy to see that you've came back. Let me set you back a little bit. There, that's better. So in my last video, I realized that I was up close again, and I need to get in that habit to not be like that. And then I've gotten a habit where I lean forward and try to talk. I don't know where to begin today. I kind of do, but I'll just this will be jumping around a little bit, but it's about my continuous transformation. Last night, as I made the video, I realized while editing, there was no orbs. And then Giuseppe told me something that kind of made me happy, and it resonated with me. I didn't know this last night, of course. I found out today. I was in the bathroom this morning getting ready for work, and I was brushing my teeth, and I've never been one to really stare at myself in the mirror, and I need to practice in doing so, because the reason why I don't, I feel like, ew, my mom used to always put me down. When the sun would squint in my eyes. When the sun would shine in my eyes, I would squint like everybody else. It's bright, and I'm too short for the visor to cut out a lot of the sun. And I would turn and she'd be like, oh, you're trying to look all sexy with your eyes all squinted. And I'm like, no, the sun's in my eyes. But she would always put my physical appearance down and everything else about me. So my stepmom also, at 115 pounds, told me that I was fat and tried to force me into a diet. And while doing so, she'd make fun of me with her kids also. But as you can see, growing up, I didn't have a great outlook about myself because, my mom always called me stupid, and everybody that I ever knew bullied me. And so it's very difficult to look in the mirror, but I try. And especially recently, since I see orbs in the mirror, between me and the mirror also. So I was brushing my teeth this morning and getting ready for work, and I'm looking around like I usually always do. And then I caught myself and I looked up in the mirror and I'm brushing my teeth, and I look above my head and I'm like, is that smoke above my head? And so my first thought was, is something burning? Did I bring something in the bathroom hot? All these things started going through my head. I looked down at my straightening iron, nothing. And I'm like, what in the world? So I look back, and when I look back at my reflection, speaking of orbs, I see a ton of orbs. Usually I'll see one here and there. No, this was like everywhere, but for some odd reason they were concentrated around my head area. Don't know what the reason for that is. And as I'm brushing my teeth, enjoying the scenery, I'm noticing big ones coming up between me and the mirror. And then other ones, I seen one that would linger around. And when I'm alone like that, they tend to linger around. Not like you see when they come and they go, and that's it. This morning, a few of them would just hang out. And I'm like, this is amazing, My transformation goes beyond that into what I'm fixing to say. For maybe barely a week, maybe a day less than a week, something like that, I've realized that for the first time, not too long ago I said this, but this I can say with so much clarity for the first time in my entire life. I feel loved. I feel like I belong. I love my life. I feel such happy unity, if that makes sense. There's nothing right now that I can complain about, except, I would like bigger paychecks. I'm not talking about hundreds of dollars more, maybe $50 to $100 more. That way, I can afford extra things. And I'm not saying, luxury things. I'm talking about I could use one more extra pot for my kitchen to cook in. My Qi iron is fixing to go out. I can tell. I've had it for years. And to know that I would have money to get things like that when I need it would be awesome. But that really doesn't bother me as much as it has recently. It's like, what is going on? What's changing? I know, I feel tremendously that at night I'm trying not to doubt myself, because I feel that they take me or come to me and work on me. My exhaustion has actually almost dissipated, and I'm not so sad when they don't come up like I used to. I would be so sad where I would say, please come and let me see you again, because you're my only happiness. I still feel that way, kind of. Of course, I'm having more happiness coming around lately. I don't feel that way anymore, even though I don't see them all the time. Of course it bothers me, but not like that. And it's weird, because for 2 years, actually almost 3 years, every day that I didn't see them would be horrible for me. And I mean horrible, because literally at those times, they were the only happy thing in my life. That was the only positive thing, positive joy I had in my life. So to feel the way I do now, it's like, what has changed and who has changed me? Is it me? Although that last weekend, I think it was last weekend, where I said I cried for 3 days. I told them, you're going to have to change something. Show me, who I am, why I'm here, etc., etc. And I don't want to sit in silence and in the dark anymore. Apparently they listened. This morning I was thinking about doing a video on this, and it took everything I had not to cry. And why would I cry? Because this is happiness for me. And I'm not used to this. To feel finally complete. Not totally complete, because I'm still waiting for my soulmate. But I will say, if he never came to me in this lifetime, of course I would be okay. But I would rather have him here, of course. I have such joy in my heart that I want to share it with everybody. I'm like, where is this coming from? Is this what this feels like? It's so amazing that I speak to Giuseppe, and I feel like Giuseppe, for those of you who don't know, he's a friend. He's on my Facebook and he's watching my videos. He's one that comments a lot. I feel like when I talk to him, it's all about me, but I'm so happy. Giuseppe, if you hear this or watch this, know that I'm not one of those who only want to talk about myself. But I'm so happy, and this is so different for me. I always wanted to talk to Giuseppe and just constantly just tell him everything, and oh my gosh, I don't have anybody else to talk to. My kids my 2 oldest kind of sit in silence, like they just don't know what to say. And I don't hold it against them. I don't at all. I don't bring it up often, but I don't talk to them like I talk to you. All of you, not just Giuseppe. But Giuseppe and I, we tend to be on the same wavelength, I've noticed. I feel a connection. Maybe that's why. I don't know. There's a uniqueness between he and I. So I feel. I can't speak for you, Giuseppe. I want to, I wish somehow I can show you what this feels like. I wish I could just share pass this energy to you just so you can feel it, because it's amazing. And right now my body is like vibrating, it's buzzing, it feels like every molecule is just, I'm happy. I feel like I'm on my right path. I feel like I'm going in the right direction. I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I do know that there's something else, and I've discussed it with you guys quite a bit about traveling. It's on a spiritual journey, meeting you guys, healing you guys. Sorry, I say you guys, I'm a Southerner. That's part of my mission. And yesterday when I was doing my video and I was editing it, I was like, I need to stop just talking about myself. It's always about me. I'm not good at telling people or instructing them in how to live better lives, because I'm still working on myself. I would like to say, and I do say, don't try hard not to be negative. No matter how your day is going, try to be positive and fight hard for that. And you will have down days. It's hard to say that when you were going through what I was going through not too long ago. But I tried hard. But I think in the future, near future, I will be able to start talking to you about this, because now I feel like I'm in my transformation of improvement and extreme love and everything, that I feel like I know what I'm talking about now. In the beginning, I was like doubting myself as always. Well, if I'm so sad and miserable and I feel like my life is not going well, then why would I sit here and talk to other people about improving their lives? That's not really how it goes. You could be hurting and still guide people in the right direction. We tend to do better at that than doing it ourselves. But I didn't realize that at that time until recently. I wanted to share that with you. I'm just like, and this morning I almost started crying thinking about this. On my way home from work, I got off early today, as you know. I almost started crying because I thought about doing this video, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And one of my songs came on, and I'm like, I almost just started bawling, because this feels so dang good. I mean, it feels good. I don't recall the last time or any time I felt this way. Sure, when you have your kids, you feel great. You feel on top of the world. Well, not at the very moment, of course, but this is different. This is a whole different feeling. My neighbor actually shut their door quietly. I didn't even hear them shut the door. So again, I don't see orbs right now, but when I edit, I may. And I'm sorry for that, because I know quite a few of you enjoy watching the orbs. So I don't know. I am doing my hair tonight. I went and got the stuff to do it with. And so you might want to say goodbye to the blonde. I thought about it at work off and on, and I'm like, should I? And then I'm like, no, it's gonna make me happy. Just do it, because I can reverse it. And then I'm worried about the damage and have to cut a lot off. But then I asked about a certain conditioner and all kinds of stuff, and I got that. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's fixable, it's doable. I was actually thinking not too long ago that from here down where I did color it from red, that is pretty damaged. But when I straighten it, it doesn't look that bad, but it still kind of does, if that makes sense. So I'm like, I don't want to damage it more, but it does need trim. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But tomorrow when you see me in the video, I'll be red. Just as a reminder, I will be on the phone probably forever tomorrow, because that's when I have to call the IRS. Joy for me. But be patient, because sooner or later I will put the video up. I don't think I'll be on it that long. A coworker said she was on it 5 hours, and that was recently. So let's hope not. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, so I'm going to get off here. I'm going to edit this and put it up, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I might read a little bit. I don't know. I haven't done that in a while. I still haven't got a new TV, and I don't think that I will get one. It went out for a reason, and I still feel that my guides did that. And I'm not complaining, because I wasn't doing anything to heal myself spiritually or do anything spiritually, so it was a good thing that it happened. So I love you guys tremendously, and I hope you know that. And yeah, I'm going to send you love, light, and peace. Bye.